Welcome to Story Ideas on the Fly, where we pull a story idea from the hat and then we go with it. Grim Reaper's assistant.
Assistant.
Ooh. So
Not
is this like
willing assistant or non-willing assistant. Totally different stories.
True.
intern?
Intern. Grim Reaper's intern. Okay.
Okay, so the question is he helping him out with collecting souls or doing the paperwork for him?
I think he's doing a lot of paperwork. I mean, he might help some with
I
the
think he's
reaping, but I
trying
think
to
he's
learn
mostly-
to reap.
But he
Oh,
might
gosh.
end up doing a lot more, bringing drinks and, paperwork than he gets to actually reap souls.
Or it could have decided, you know what, I'm gonna go in and study under the Grim Reaper so I can become a great Reaper of souls because there's some kind of incredible power. Maybe there have been multiple Grim Reapers in
Well, I
in
imagine the
past.
perks are quite nice.
And so then he goes in, and then he found 90% of the job of being the Grim Reaper is just paperwork.
Sounds about right.
Here's your coffee, sir.
Great.
Now,
Okay.
no, I think the real question about this world is what exactly does the Grim Reaper do? Because there are multiple versions of the Grim Reaper. In some cases, the Grim Reaper flat out just kills people and is a villain. In some cases, though, the Grim Reaper is what allows people to actually pass on peacefully to the next life without instead of just eternally suffering whatever the last few moments of their life were over and over again.
Yeah, so he's helping manage souls.
Yeah, so
He deals with soul
he
management.
always manages souls, but what exactly does he do in this world?
Yeah, the pay and the benefits are quite nice.
Well, I kind of like the idea of he's basically the guy who helps you get on the train to the afterlife.
Okay.
For some reason, I actually also want it to be a train.
Like that.
There are a couple of different ways you could do this because traditionally the Grim Reaper, harvest people. He can be a little less horrendous if he's just helping people peacefully pass on. He could also be someone, though, if you want to make him not the villain of this, then the Grim Reaper could be someone who actually tries to help people so they don't die
Help their
a lot
souls
of times
find
too.
peace.
But help them go, okay, it's not you don't need to die yet. I don't want to go get you until it's your time. So let me help you. And so that would be a very different take on the Grim Reaper if you wanted to do that.
It would be a very different take.
And since the thing
They
is
don't know what there could be more than one Grim Reaper too.
Oh yeah.
If
I
you've
think
got
that
an
if you want to make
intern,
it make sense, then you'd probably end up having
multiple.
at least 100 million Grim Reapers.
I'd probably.
I don't
keep
think
it
you
to
need
just a
that
few.
many because then they don't
Have you
too
seen
many
the
people.
population?
Okay, but point being, but I think one could cover quite a few.
Okay, yeah, I guess one could cover several hundred.
And they're not
people.
all dying at the same time.
Right.
Good point.
So, but what you could do,
But there's
since
still
this
probably
is,
at least 1 million Grim Reapers.
since you've got the Grim Reaper's assistant, okay, that either this is who the story needs to be about. It's the Grim Reaper's assistant. In which case, you want to make him into a hero. So he either goes in and you've got your Grim Reaper is more of his mentor person who isn't really a bad, I want to go see people die, but I don't want to see people die until it's their time.
Yeah.
And so
Or you could just have him be, death is a universal constant. My job isn't to determine when you die, it's to help you after you die.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but he
have
could
him
go
be
in.
a very kind Grim
Right.
Reaper where people die really in despair and he, kind of dusts them off and says, it's okay.
You could also have some evil Grim Reapers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you could.
I was going to say, so you could have this hero be that, the hero be someone who's working with them, but trying to help people so they don't die before their time. You could have him be someone who the Grim Reaper is horribly evil and he is going, okay, I need to counter this. I need to help these people because this Grim Reaper is trying to go and harvest them before they have to die.
Yeah.
He is trying to get people into.
Or you might,
Well, if you have a Grim Reaper who's trying to, then what advantage does that give them? Is it just more pay?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends. I mean, if this
Well-
is an office
Maybe
job,
that'd be
we're getting
cool.
farcical here now.
Okay, guys, I'm good. I've just got a promotion, so I'm better than all of you.
So,
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
okay, you want to go
Pretty sure.
farcical. You've got a bunch of Grim Reapers who are all trying to vie for a promotion because one of the big high
there's a big
guys
promotion
just,
coming up.
just died and the boss has to be replaced. And so they're all trying to see how many people they can harvest so that they've got the numbers so they can be the Grim Reaper. And this assistant is going, somebody has to stop these guys. They're insane. Okay.
You could do an entire story about.
You could. That would be if I was going to do something
And
like
what would
that.
actually be funny is if it turns out that the person who is higher than all of them wasn't going to do it based off of how many people they manage, but
nice
how
they were, so
yeah,
the
exactly,
promotion
how
goes
well
to-
they help these people in their goal of transporting to the afterlife. And so the one who actually ends up becoming the highest up is
Is
the
the one-
assistant.
And like I said, this could be farcical. It doesn't have to be. You could do that
Be a
same
short
thing,
story.
and it could be but you could do that same thing, and it could be
Extremely dark.
very intense,
Ridiculously dark.
very dark,
yes.
very intense. You can go however the spectrum on this. This
Mhm.
can be yes,
Yes.
because
We-
it depends on how much you
At
delve
least some
into
of
the
us tend
harvesting.
to go more
and-
on the lighthearted side of things if we can avoid getting too dark. You're like,
yeah, we can do a little of all of it.
exactly.
Anytime I write something really dark, I like to throw in enough to make it so that
Humor
it's
to
not
keep
Be one
it
of
light.
those.
dark.
Yeah, this could be a really dark story or a really comic story,
Just
or
depending,
both.
depending on how you want to take it. Yeah, or both, because you can also have, like you said, multiple Grim Reapers and multiple things. And but
One
this
Reaper
assistant,
could just be going, hey, let's go kill everyone so that I can get this promotion. One of them could just be going, okay, let's work overtime so I can get this promotion.
And then another one could not care at all about the promotion.
Just
right.
be going, yeah, I just need to keep working for another 6 years until I can retire.
There you
No,
go.
no. You're getting it all wrong. I just need to keep working for the next 6,000 years, and then I'll have my retirement all set out. Time is a lot different for the dead than it is for the living. Okay,
There you go.
for the dead don't do things like, oh yeah, Grim Reapers don't say, oh I 6 years, that's no time. 6 million years.
okay,
I mean,
if you want me
civilization has only existed for a couple thousand
Okay,
years.
600.
really morbid, and I'm not suggesting this. I am not suggesting this. Then,
You kind of are. Go on.
well, no,
Yes, you
okay.
are suggesting this.
Because you've got your Grim Reaper and you've got his assistant who is also dead because he has to. You can't have the Grim Reaper be dead or alive, but the Grim Reaper is dead. His assistant is dead, and then he falls in love with the girl, so he has to go arrange for something to happen, so she dies too. Can Darwin Award.
Oh,
What a
Okay, girl should not get together with that guy.
No,
That girl should punch him so hard that he is atomized and then flies into the sun where he is turned into plasma, and then throw the sun into a black hole, and then into another.
Calm down.
suggesting it,
You
okay?
did! You suggested it!
yes.
Yes,
The guy who would
suggesting.
kill you so that he could date you.
Yeah, really don't. Yeah. Definitely a toxic relationship.
Yeah, no, that sounds like those toxic
You
Twilight.
wouldn't work. You could have a girl. You could have a guy see a girl who is You could have a guy meet a girl. You could have a guy see the girl's
That, by the way, was one of her children. Okay, go ahead.
You could have a guy see a girl who is be processing these souls, and see a girl who is doomed to die, but kind of have feelings for her and try not to let her die because she's such a sweet, beautiful, nice girl.
I don't think you have your.
But then eventually
I don't think you have your Grim Reaper's assistant be dead. I think you have him be alive.
no.
I
They don't even
Grim
necessarily have to
Reapers
be
can
human.
either be dead or
Right.
alive.
So
They
I
don't-
have
yeah,
to be
they're-
alive.
They don't even necessarily have to be human.
I mean, usually Grim the Grim Reaper is an avatar of death itself, a fundamental principle of the universe. It was never alive, so it can't be dead.
Yes, but I think the assistant should be.
So the assistant, yeah, he could definitely be alive.
Okay.
Right.
And just be doing paperwork for the dead.
And he could have replaced the last
Paperwork
assistant.
for the dead.
He could
Okay,
have replaced
yeah,
the
I
last
need you
assistant
to
who died.
Yeah, here are
There you go.
16. Yeah, here are 64 and more people that I need you to get the paperwork done so that they can go on to the afterlife. I'm gonna go collect another 275.
Alright, let's see.
Okay.
I am not
Amelia
applying for that
Hart.
job. Okay.
Let's see.
So back onto the
helping
story.
people here and her. Okay.
Wait. Hear
Back
me out.
onto
Hear
the
me out.
story.
Someone's calling.
Job
Yeah.
interviews with the dead. Job interviews with the dead. Just think about that. Think about it.
John refused to All right.
I mean,
So who could write this story, and how do you keep it from being too? Well, okay, maybe you
Too
don't.
morose.
Maybe you don't keep
you
it
could
from
actually
being.
focus a lot of the story on just this assistant helping out with a single person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it
I've
could
actually
be.
seen some pretty compelling stories where it's just about one person and their journey to go on to the afterlife.
Mhm.
with
Oh,
some
yeah,
mentor.
those are some of the.
Mhm.
Those can be some interesting
That could be
stories.
really
Yeah.
cool.
There are a lot of different ways you could take this. You know, this
Yes.
could be a
Mhm.
horror story. This could be a, very touching love story. This could be something where, the girl overcomes what was going to kill her and gets another, 20 years at life or something, or
Mhm.
40 years at life, or depending on what her age is, and gets more time so that she gets to get together with the hero. There are a lot of different ways you could take this. Like I said, this could be horror, this could be a love story, this could be an adventure story, this could be,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different ways you could go.
That is true.
Um,
So who would write this, or who could write this? Joseph's raising his hand. Yes, I could see Joseph enjoying that.
yeah, Joseph, you would enjoy the
If
what
I
do we
were
say?
you, I think it would be a short story. I think I'd write it as a
Yeah,
short story.
I
and just
write it as a short story.
do it that way. It wouldn't
Right.
take a long time to write, but it would be kind of fun. Play around with the idea, but then let
If you want to go with it in a comic way, it's something that little boys would love.
Yes.
And so you write it as a young reader novel, and just let
That
little
could be
boys,
fun.
about this is the type of thing that a 11, 12-year-old
Preteen
boy
boys would
would
have
really
lots of fun
enjoy.
with.
This guy works for death himself,
Yeah.
that is that
That could
kind
be
of thing.
fun.
All right.
Well, if you have any suggestions or other story ideas we could throw in, go ahead and put them in the comments down below, and
We'll
have
be
fun.
back.